Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Haldane Board of Education June 16th, 2026 workshop meeting. I am calling the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Okay, President Clements. Here. Vice President Valentine. Here. Trustee Cupper. Here. Trustee Clemenson.
Here.
So I don't believe we have any changes to the agenda, so maybe we have the recommended action to approve the agenda, please.
Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education hereby approves the agenda as written.
May we have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? This is a great meeting. There's a few meetings at the end of the year that are such joyous occasions, and this is one of them. So for those of you all who are familiar with how we usually run meetings, this is a little bit different. We're actually now going to break from our typical agenda. We're going to hear some the recommendations for tenure, the tenure recognitions, and then we will actually take a recess and then celebrate, and then the board and anybody else who wants to stay for the rest of the meeting, the board will then come back and will proceed with the rest of the meeting. So I'm going to hand it over to
So this is my first tenure celebration with everyone, and it's one of my most favorite days of the year. So super excited to be here in Haldane with everyone. So good evening, board members, families, and community members, and of course our honored teachers and staff receiving tenure tonight. Today we are really celebrating each and every one of you. It's been said that the strength of our schools lies in our roots. When we look at the tenure of the educators in our buildings, we have to recognize that we're not just celebrating years on a calendar. We are celebrating generations of impacts, stability for our children, and a living legacy of dedication. Our tenured staff serve as the anchors for our students and our school community. They provide consistency for our families to rely on, the institutional wisdom that guides our innovation, and the mentorship that lifts our newest educators. They don't just teach our community, they helped build it. Congratulations to all of our staff who are going to be receiving tenure this evening. Let's give them a round of applause before we get started. Okay, so I'm going to start off by recognizing Tom Cunningham. He is our Director of Athletics, Health, Physical Education, and Dean of Students. And while I've only had the honor to work with Tom just 1 year, I'm going to go off script a second just because that's what I'm doing all day. Something about Tom that I think stands out in every interaction is his focus on kids and on our staff. And when I think about athletic directors, if you don't have someone who cares about the kids and cares about our staff, you really can't do anything else. So Tom, thank you for bringing that each and every day. Now I have my prepared remarks. So tonight it's my pleasure to recognize Tom for his leadership over the past 3 years as our Director of Health, PE, Athletics, and Dean of Students. He's returning to a role that he knew well. Tom has built upon his previous foundation to really move this department forward. Tom has used health, PE, and athletics as vehicles to champion the Haldane essentials. So thinking about critical thinking, wellness, and a growth mindset, they're not just buzzwords for Tom. They're actively alive in our PE and health classrooms and in and out of our athletic fields. A perfect example of this is the newly created Haldane Athletic Council. This is launched under Tom's guidance just this year, but it's been in his heart and on his mind for many years prior. The student athletes on this council are really using critical thinking to tackle goals like equity and inclusion, all like fostering their growth mindset through their leadership. Whether they are organizing an athletic in elementary school or volunteering as mystery readers in our K-2 classrooms, These students are proof of Tom's commitment to community wellness and connection. His partnership continues to be important to both our athletic programs as well as for our student leaders. Beyond developing our students, Tom's tenure is marked by tangible, lasting infrastructure improvements. We've seen a full turf replacement and critical softball upgrades with tennis courts right around the horizon. He also continues to maintain vital partnerships with our neighboring districts, ensuring that our students have equitable access to sports like ice hockey, swimming, and tennis. Tom's impact is also felt beyond the field. As Dean of Students, he serves as a member of our clinical and our safety teams, making him a vital member of our leadership team. Tom, thank you for your commitment to our students, your reflective nature, and your leadership. It is my pleasure to recommend you for tenure tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so before I pass things over to our principals who are going to speak on behalf of our teachers, it's been my pleasure this year to have an opportunity to get into the classrooms. And I've had the chance to see Christina, Chris, Caitlin, and Sam in action. And one thing I would say, even though they teach all different subjects, the care for kids, the engagement of our kids, and your true passion, you know when you see someone really loving what they're doing, that's these four individuals tonight. So it's been such an honor to get to know you. I look forward to many more years to come. But I'm going to pass things over to the principals who really probably know you the very, very best. So I think we're going to start off with elementary and Mrs. Camp. Perfect.
So, for my last few tenure recommendations, there's been a common theme because back in the summer of 2020, we were in quite a tricky spot. We were reopening schools. Haldane was going to be open every day, which was very different than many of the schools around us. And then because of that, that put some of our teachers in a childcare crisis because we were opening every day. Their own children were then stuck in districts that were not reopening. And New York State said that we could go on leave if that occurred for you. So it was, a week before school starts, 4 days, 4 days before school started. And we had 4 positions to hire. 3 out of those 4 people have moved on and become tenured faculty here at Haldane, Christina being the third. So we hired for our 2 interventionists who were going to do remote instruction, and we had the pleasure of welcoming Amy Pastula and Erin Casey as tenured faculty over the last 2 years. And Christina is our 3rd teacher that we hired just that week before school started in 2020. She came in with very little preparation to take over a 3rd grade leave replacement that was going to be anywhere between 3 months and the whole year, and she had no idea what she was entering. She handled the fact that part of her class was going to be remote, that we had rolling quarantines, that she had students that were required to wear masks and 6-foot distancing, and the fact that it was her first teaching assignment as a new graduate. I think you had been a substitute teacher and cheerleading coach was what you were entering into that crazy time. We lost Christina the next year. She went on to do a leave replacement with Somers, but we were fortunate when we had a medical leave open up the following year that she didn't think we were all crazy, that she had enjoyed her time here, and that we were a place she wanted to return to. So she returned to us with a year gap and did a leave replacement for us in the 1st grade in the 22-23 school year. That following year, we had a probationary position open up, which she applied for. And in a rigorous interview process, she clearly rose to be the top candidate for that position. And so she joined us in a 2nd grade integrated co-teaching. So that's now her 3rd grade level. And this one was going to be co-teaching. We let her stay there for 2 years. And then this year I moved her to third grade, where she's doing third grade co-teaching. And next year, we're going to move her again, where as we are granting her tenure as one of our general education elementary certified teachers, but next year, Christina will be teaching special education here at Haldane. So all of that to be said, I think Christina's strength is clearly her flexibility and care for students. Because no matter what we have asked her to do, no matter what the conditions it was under, no matter what was going on, Christina has said, I will do what you need me to do, and done it very well. So I've observed her in first grade, I've observed her in third grade, I've observed her in second grade, I've observed her in third grade, I've observed her with remote students and with students present in her classroom. And she has demonstrated her commitment to being a learner, actively participating in professional development, seeking knowledge from her peers, and just showing that she truly cares about the students here. So it is with hesitation that I recommend Lucy's mom for tenure. That's right, Lucy. Now you can cheer. Well, of course. And my mom was her teacher.
Yes.
And her husband's her teacher.
Chris Blair.
Okay, so I now invite up Dr. Selfie to talk about our wonderful principal.
I don't know where to begin talking about Chris, except to say Long Island lost a great teacher and we gained a great teacher. So when Chris went through his interview process and I learned that him and his wife were moving up to the area because there's family up here and there was not that same family support in Long Island, I knew that the area was gaining a great educator. And certainly when Chris joined Haldane, we knew this. What we didn't fully realize yet was that aside from being an excellent educator, that Chris would become a cornerstone of our community. So over the past 3 years, Chris hasn't just taught lessons, he has built relationships. He sees the potential in every student, even the difficult students. He has built a potential in students who walk through his door and works tirelessly to see that they understand their potential too. Chris, your dedication, your warmth, and genuine care for this school shine through in everything that you do. Hearing Christine talk about all the different machinations of Christina's tenure reminded me of our Haldane core value to be adaptable and to be a team player and to serve. And when we went on to the same schedule as the high school, Chris readily was willing to teach at the high school, and I know the high school students love Chris, and he's gone on to be the facilitator of the Outlook, and also to take over the long-lived tradition of the Frost Valley trip. So this is just scratching the surface of all the things that Chris does. So that warmth shines through in everything that you do. And tonight, as I am recommending you without hesitation for tenure, we aren't just celebrating your past 3 years, we're celebrating everything that you're going to do and your future here at Haldane, because it's really exciting. They say time flies when you're making a difference. And this has certainly been true of my experience for you. I don't know if the time has flown for you. And from day one, you brought a level of commitment and care. I, remember coming into your classroom when Chris first started, there had been a terrible bus accident in his previous district. And I came, up to the classroom early that morning to say, like, are you okay? Were those your kids? And, Chris already had our kids writing notes to his former students. So just that level of care just shines through. That commitment, that professionalism. It elevates everybody around you. I mean, I don't know if you feel that, but we do. So as you are navigating new challenges with different courses and maybe taking on Model UN and other collaborating on other new curriculum, I know that you always have to step up because of your care. So tenure is a formal recognition of excellence, but the truth is you've been excellent since your first day here. So thank you, Chris, for your high standards, for your steady nature, and for your unwavering support to our students.
My pleasure to have Mrs. Stephen and Caitlin come on up.
Just first, really quick, I want to congratulate Tom. This is Tom and I's second go around together working, but congratulations, Tom. Christina, congratulations. And Chris, I just can't reiterate enough what Marianne said. With Chris jumping into the Outlook, really taking the time to work with those high school students. They love that intellectual dialogue back and forth with you, and a tremendous addition to the school district. I have the pleasure tonight of recognizing Caitlin Secor, who this is actually her second go around too. She student taught at Haldane, and then moved out to Arizona, and then came back home. So we were incredibly grateful. The same thing, rising to the top of an incredibly great pool of candidates, and super happy to have Caitlin here. Caitlin currently teaches at the high school. She teaches AP World Geography, which she brought to Haldane High School. We did not have that course prior to this year, and it is an incredibly popular course amongst all students. She teaches government economics. She's an adjunct professor at DCC here at Haldane, and she has an incredibly strong commitment to academic rigor for her students. Ms. Secor is dynamic in her teaching. She's consistently challenging and supporting students to meet their own individual needs. Her instruction emphasizes critical thinking, civic engagement, and real-world application. In addition, she meets students exactly where they are at and encourages them to grow both personally and academically. Ms. Secor, beyond the classroom, is deeply invested in the school district. She can regularly be seen at extracurricular events, athletic games, concerts, dramatic performances. She shows a genuine care and support for all of her students. She is currently the senior, if you are at graduation, you would recognize that she has followed the current senior class all the way through as their advisor. The amount of time, commitment, energy, sometimes sleepless nights, especially with seniors that go into that, is amazing. This year, she's taking on co-chairing the internship program, finding internships for all of our seniors and tracking their progress. And as Max will tell you, ensuring that all of their deadlines are met. She's been instrumental in our adoption of the Seal of Civic Readiness, helping to expand opportunities for students in the district and their global competence. Her leadership and advocacy in the area have been meaningful and have had a lasting impact on our school community. She's a consummate professional. She's respected by all of her colleagues and students. She maintains that high, expectation while fostering a classwork environment that's rooted in respect, encouragement, and student engagement. Caitlin Secor is here to serve. She is a collaborative colleague, a dedicated advisor, and a trusted educator. For these reasons, she is highly deserving of recognizing her contributions to the Haldane School District, and I recommend her. Do I sing? Mr. Sam! Don't let me sing.
Do it.
I do it then.
So I have the privilege of recognizing Sam Sauer. However, Sam is K-12, 412, teaching chorus at elementary, 2 middle schools, and high school, in addition to teaching. Sam started chorus here at Haldane, and there were 12 students in high school. How many students are in high school chorus right now?
54.
Tremendous. Sam, in addition to that, also is an advisor for our high school a cappella group. He has been the advisor for the elementary musical. He assists in all things arts related with an incredible department. Sam has single-handedly rebuilt the choir program in a very short time. The chorus has tripled in size. It's a credit to his instructional approach. He meets every student where they are and pushes them to expand their sound and repertoire. Mr. Sauer has established the Haldane High School vocal and chorus handbook to assist students and families with vocal expectations. Mr. Sauer is a consummate professional. He leverages local professionals and professional development to refine his craft. He is committed to taking the next step in his choral conducting specialization and has the full support of the Haldane Secretary School District and having accomplished this at, where did you finalize that?
Oh, yeah.
Thank
Colorado
you.
State University.
Thank you, Colorado State University. While maintaining high standards, Mr. Sauer appreciates his student progress. His classroom environment is one of encouragement, one of risk-taking, and one of innovation. I have received positive feedback from countless parents expressing their regard for Mr. Sauer's structure and connection to the students in his classroom. Sam is also here to serve. He's a team player. He has a can-do attitude. His colleagues and students respect and love him. I highly recommend Sam Sauer for tenure.
All right, well, that is so, all right, so, I'm gonna make, a motion, to go into a recess so that we can celebrate. May we have a second, please?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Time for ice cream cake.
All right, Joey.
5.
No, the other Joey. Little Joey.
Will you start recording again? Good. Oh, we are? Yeah. All right, so I make a motion to go back. I don't know how to end the recess. May I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, so picking up where we left off with our agenda, which are the comments from the board president, which is me. So first of all, I want to say that I thought that was a fantastic graduation ceremony. I've been to a lot of Haldane graduations, starting from before when I was on the board. I had babysitters and children that I taught Sunday school to. And so I've been to a lot, and I really thought this one stood out. All of the speeches were great, and I was really impressed by both Max's and Louise's speeches. I thought they were just delightful. So this is my last meeting. I've got a few things that I want to say. So in keeping with the theme of gratitude that Gail mentioned at the start of her presentation at our last meeting, and that Louisa Shimming focused on so beautifully in her salutatorian speech at graduation, I want to say how thankful I am to have had the opportunity to have served on the board for the past 11 years. I also want to say that every time I read this, I've started crying, so I will see what happens. So mostly what I want to do, so in keeping with the theme of gratitude, mostly what I want to do is thank people tonight. This isn't a list of all the people who do all the important work of the district, but the people who really influenced me in my work over the past 11 years. I'm going to start with Kathy Curto, who reached out to me in the fall of 2014 and encouraged me to run. I went back and looked through my emails today, and I saw that I thought about it for months and months. And I really was a long time. And I finally decided that serving on the school board would be the best way for me to give back to my community. And I still think that's true. And so that feels very good. I want to thank every single person I've worked with on the school board, including the student members, the 2 this year and the 2 in the past. I've learned something from every single person, and I've really appreciated getting to know and work with people. It's people I likely really didn't know and wouldn't have known, and it's been great to work with them. All the district administrators and leaders who shared their insight with the board month after month and welcomed me into their buildings and at events, thank you. I've gone to work with 3 great superintendents, Phil Benante, Carlo Bono, and Gail Duffy. I've learned so much from them, and I'm both in awe of and appreciative of the work that they do. I owe a particular thanks to my husband and son, Chris and Peter Duffy. There were more than a few occasions when being on the board took a serious toll on me. And they were always there for me in their own particular ways. So public education is a complex endeavor. You know, there's so much great going on here. There's always room for improvement, but there's so much good here. Year after year, I've attended performances and games where I've seen students accomplish great, big, beautiful things. So I start crying. I've watched the students start all kinds of clubs and find ways to connect with each other. I've heard so many students speak formally at graduation, as well as informally, about how they feel truly cared for by the educators and staff here, and how important their experiences at Haldane are to them. These are really meaningful accomplishments, and I'm really grateful to have been a part of them. This will be a big change for me, whether as a parent or a board member. Haldane has been a part of the rhythm of my life for 23 years. I'm truly grateful to have had the opportunity to be a part of the district in this way, and really grateful for the people who offered encouragement and partnership. So thank you very much. Oh, I guess I could also say that the next meeting of the House will be on July 1st. It'll be the annual reorganization meeting. It'll be where we swear in our new member, and we're good. So yeah, next meeting, July 1st.
All right, now it's my turn to talk about you.
Okay.
A little bit. Okay. So tonight we celebrate a bittersweet milestone as we say thank you to Peggy. I'm going to get all choked up now. What are you doing to me? For 11 years, your leadership, your steady guidance, and your advocacy have kept our district moving forward. I especially want to thank you for your immense support during my transition to superintendent. Your wisdom and open door policy has made all the difference as I stepped into this role. Thank you for over a decade of dedicated service to our students, our staff, and our community. And we wish you all the absolute best in your next chapter. And so to that end, we have a couple of gifts for you. You can open at your leisure, but I do want to read the little gift card for the inscription. So it says, thank you for the many, many ways you've helped Haldane grow. It's a watering can and flowers, even when it was a little rough at times. So, something I learned about Peggy is you love dogs.
I do
You're
love
adopted
dogs.
a returned dog. I won't say.
Okay. Fostering. I know,
Fostering. Sorry, Mr. Duffy, we may have been talking about dogs a lot, so my slips there. But I know that dogs are just a big part of your life, so we have something a little fun for you and your dog.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
We gotta see what.
That was like a slip of the word,
No.
putting it into the universe.
It's very funny. Oh, she'll like this.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a puzzle toy. Yeah. Great. Thank you so much. That was great. Thanks. It is. She needs the intellectual stimulation. All right.
Oh, I have a couple more. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then a couple other thank yous. So we've had the honor this year of working with both Max and Luke as our official student board members. My understanding is Haldane has always had students attend board meetings to speak, but it's been a real pleasure to have both of you here at the table. And so I've had the pleasure of getting to know both of you and having you serve as our student board members this year. You've brought an invaluable student voice to our board meetings. I look forward to watching this role continue to evolve. Max, you gave an amazing speech at graduation, and just watching you evolve from our very first meeting to now, you really just, if you were at graduation, I don't know how to explain it. You said it all, you did all the things, and you spoke from the heart. And I just want you to continue to do that as you move forward. Wishing you all the best as you head off to Brown. And I'm excited to be able to say that I knew you way back when, all the things you're going to do. And Luke, looking so forward to you continuing to just help support us as a district. Wishing you a wonderful summer, going into junior year and all of the things that brings. So excited for you. But first, both have a great summer. Let's start there. So fun, safe summer, and looking forward to the future for both of you. There is a little token from us to you that you can open now if you want, or you can wait, it's up to you. But our meetings really have been enriched because of your presence. So thank you both for just being part of the team this year.
Thank you.
Not a pony or a new car, but you'll.
Aw, that's really cute. Thank you. Nice.
Wow, gift card. Thank you very much.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so, great. Speaking of, back to an update from our board members,
Yes.
board members. Yeah.
So I wanted to also spend my time, as this is my last meeting, just thanking first the board, especially Dr. Clements, because I know you're also leaving. I mean, 1 year isn't comparable to the amount of time you spent here, but I just wanted to say thank you all for everything. I wanted to thank all the administrators, teachers, everybody that's involved in this, and also Luke for always helping me out with these meetings. And I just wanted to share a little bit about like my last week at Haldane. We had our senior sleepover on Wednesday, which was very fun. We with Mrs. Sniffen and Mr. Rosa on the turf. And we got to watch the Knicks game in the small gym. We got to see that crazy game-winning point. That was very memorable. And then Thursday we had our senior picnic, which was very hot, but also very enjoyable with internship presentations. And then Friday, which was supposed to be graduation, was just graduation rehearsal. And then Saturday we had a great graduation, and I just want to thank everybody for making my 13 years at Haldane so incredible. So thank you all.
Oh, me? Okay. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody. It's been a very fun and interesting new experience for me. I had a lot of fun coming to the meetings and learning a lot about the community and school district that I live in. A lot of stuff that I wouldn't have known if I hadn't applied and taken the role. So yeah, thank you to all of you and congratulations, Ms. Clements. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to both of you. I know that you all met with Dr. Duffy and had, provided some feedback on your experience. I think with some, constructive feedback for how the board can support the role moving forward. It's a big change from sort of how we had been doing it to doing it now, and it's just really going to take, I think, just more, feedback and collaboration, and really some, thoughtfulness and mindfulness about how the best way to take advantage of the expertise that students bring, because there are really so many topics that the board would really benefit hearing from you all about. So thanks very much for helping us to get this endeavor rolling. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. So now is the first opportunity for communication from the public. The Haldane Board of Education desires and values input from the entire school community. This first public comment session is reserved for comments on special presentations and active agenda items. We'd ask you to sign in and state your name for the record, and to keep your remarks to 3 minutes or less. The board discourages disparaging remarks and the discussion of district personnel. And while the board would not engage in dialogue, we'd like you to know that we're listening. And we'd ask you to leave your contact information so that the superintendent or I, for now, could get back to you. Next, we have our administrator information reports on the agenda, just acknowledging them, which are full of so much great work that's happening at the end of the school year, as well as highlighting, I think, especially in the case of Ms. Horn, for all the work to come over the summer, although I'm sure that's true for all of you. Thank you very much for those.
I just want to say thank you, Mr. Cunningham, for launching the Athletic Council, the event that happened last week, you know, with the 4th through 6th graders. I've just heard such good things from the community about it. I think it was really cool for the younger kids, you know, to get an opportunity to learn the sports, but I think it was especially awesome for the high school athletes to kind of take that leadership role and be like, I love my sport. I can't wait to teach this to younger kids. So I thought that was worth calling out. Thanks for getting that off the ground. I'm sure it'll be an annual thing.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Cool.
Now we're going to move into the consent agenda, starting with consent agenda minutes. May we have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. Sorry. That's okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And consent agenda financial, may we have a motion, please? So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Next, we have consent agenda personnel. May we have a motion, please? So moved.
Second.
So in addition to all of the tenure recommendations that the board is now about to approve, it is not leaving us yet, but I do want to note that Kim Patnella has put in notice that she plans to retire at the end of the 27-28 school year. She has had that job for such a long time and is the holder of so much knowledge. She will be, those will be big shoes to fill. I think that's really
Mary?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd like
yeah.
to- Yep. So we're really excited to be appointing tonight Mary Callahan McCann for math teacher at the middle school. And just, she did a wonderful job throughout the interview process, really connected with the students during the demonstration lesson. And I think that it'll be a wonderful asset to the team, being able to move things forward. So we're super excited to be welcoming her officially to the Haldane family in this capacity.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Next is unfinished business, which is the approval of the instructional contract addendum between Haldane and Garrison. Can we have the recommended action, please?
Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education hereby approves the instructional contract addendum agreement between the Haldane Central School District and the Garrison Union Free School District for 2026-2027, and authorizes the board president to sign the agreement on behalf of the district.
May we have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All right. So I talked a lot about this last time. So this is just picking up the conversation about the non-resident tuition agreement with Garrison. So I think we, is there anything anybody else wants to say about it?
I talked a lot about it too, and I'm just going to sort of reiterate my point about, I'm so grateful for the Haldane and the Garrison staff and administration that have worked, it feels like specifically over the last couple of years, to sort of solidify this partnership of, really tight-knit partnership with Garrison. It's the way that it should be. It's the way that I hope it continues. But as part of that collaboration with all the different pieces, I hope that this tuition can become a discussion and more of a, more engagement with the boards and the superintendent. I just feel like when you have, there's so many things, right? We're living in the district with the highest school tax in the county and living in a town without a substantial corporate tax base. You know, more than 90% of our school revenue comes from taxpayers. I just think we have to be cognizant of everything that goes on. Raising the tuition rate moves the needle only a little bit, but it is significant. And I just hope that sort of moving forward, there can be just a little bit more discussion maybe ahead of time for that.
So if folks don't have anything else they want to say, you can go ahead and take a vote. All right. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Yes.
Opposed. Okay. So the last thing on the agenda before we sort of wrap up is new business, which is the Committee for Special Education and the Committee for Preschool Education recommendation. May we have the recommended action?
Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education hereby approves the recommendations of the committees on special education and preschool special education as presented.
May we have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Communication from the public on this time on all school district matters. Board reflections.
I just love to take a moment to say thank you, Peggy. We're going to miss you very much. I felt as a new board member coming in, you really took me under your wing. I remember meeting with you, sitting on a log, looking at the Hudson River, having the first of many conversations. And I remember just thinking how reflective you were, just how deeply, deeply reflective. But, these were big questions and this was a big responsibility. And kind of anything that I asked, you were able to kind of walk me through. We kind of looked at both sides of the argument, and I really appreciated the deep reflection. And you also just kind of almost like would have this like premonition of what I was going to ask. And I would like literally be picking up my phone to text you something or call you. And I'd be getting a text from you saying, I need to talk to you this week about something. I'm like, how did she know that? Like, I had a question on my mind. So I probably, when I have a question, I might still call you if I may. So thank you. Thank you for your service and your commitment over the past 11 years to the school.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, this would not be it's not super comfortable for me to be on the school board in front of everything, but it would be completely way more uncomfortable if I didn't have Peggy. And I don't think I've met few people that are as selfless as you are and are as considerate. And I go back to the example of when we were hiring our new superintendent and we went through that whole interview process, and just the care and the thought and the making sure that every board member in that room, as we were deliberating and discussing, had like equal speaking time and they heard their vote, and making sure that people were comfortable. I mean, it's been a lesson for me, and I hope that, moving forward here in the next year, I'll take a lot from you, and just from hopefully, from what I've learned, and just being empathetic and considerate and so extremely knowledgeable about education. It's been really nice to have you, and I will also be calling you as well. So thank you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Well, not everyone knows Peggy has very good iced tea. Who knows this? Peggy and I are neighbors, not exactly neighbors.
Close neighbors.
Very close neighbors. And then to point out the fact that, but in reality, outside of serving on this board, it's not like we hung out.
Yeah.
Right. And to Peggy's point, that the community service has a tendency to bring community together. Right. And from unlikely spots, even those down the road. And I've said this publicly many times. Peggy has forgotten more educational research than I've ever learned in my life. And she's unreal when it comes to knowledge about what makes schools really function in a lot of different ways, whether or not it's teaching, curriculum, things like that. To have Peggy as president of a school board you really did give your talents, right? If we think of like,
classical education, right? You really gave your talents to this community. So thank you. So should we do other board reflections? Okay. A thank you to Ms. Sniffen for crafting an idea years ago of a strawberry festival. The strawberry festival, if you guys attended it yesterday by the PTA, was done just amazingly well. And it years ago it came out of Julia's head, and it has materialized by the efforts of the PTA into something that was really incredible. And the advantage is not just our community, not just the parents that really give so much volunteer effort and the school, but it's our geography, a thing that people don't quite understand about Haldane. What makes this tick so well is the geography, because you had elementary kids, middle school kids, and high school kids all sharing that exact same blacktop space with parents and grandparents. And that is just an ideal vibe. So kudos to the idea, and kudos to all the people that did all that work. And so that's it. Just a little shout out. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So this is our last board meeting of the year. So I really want to take a moment of this school year anyway, for my administrative team who's here and those who are not here at the moment, just to thank you all for a great year. And especially June is all the things June. It's all the celebrations and making sure kids and teachers have what they need. But it's a toll on administrators in terms of you're so busy during the day, you have your families to go home to at night, and you still come in every day with a smile serving our school community. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart for this great school year. And we're almost there. High school graduation was wonderful. The Strawberry Festival. I was on the bike yesterday. What was I doing with the bike?
Oh, you're blending the strawberries. Yeah, those were good.
Borrow that for opening day.
Those were good.
But fun. I don't know, Josh. What are we doing? I'll tell you. It's awesome. It could be fun for the teachers to do. But so we have now just moving ups. Not now, but like soon. We have all of our moving ups to celebrate. So to the team, we're almost to the finish line. And thank you every day we're showing up doing all things for us. And Peggy again. I won't lose your number. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right. So I move to adjourn the meeting.
Whoa, there it is. You sure you want a second? A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. All right.
Good job, Peggy.